Dear Kobe.
Dear Kobe.
Dear Kobe.
Dear Kobe.
Dear Kobe, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kobe Bean.
Kobe, thank you, man.
Dear Kobe, thank you.
Thank you for your passion, your commitment, and dedication to basketball.
Thank you for showing us that number 24 isn't just a number on your jersey, but the amount of hours in a day that you have to devote to the game to be the best.
Man, some time has already passed and it still feels surreal. The untimely passing of Kobe and Gigi, I'm pretty sure hit us all really hard. We may not know Kobe personally, but he personified something we all deeply love, and that is the game of basketball. And Kobe's legacy? Unlike the other greats where we remember MJ's 6 rings or Shaq's sheer dominance, really comes with something applicable to each and every one of us. And that is the Mamba mentality. Hey yo, what is up? This is Kurt from Bound to Ball, and today we're gonna be talking about what made Kobe the Black Mamba. Now think about this. Do you actually know anybody who gave himself a nickname and it actually stuck? For me, that's a no. Only Kobe can do that. And it's very impressive in its own right. And what he gave us, the Mamba mentality, is one I will forever apply, and I hope you do too, in honor of Kobe. In Kobe's own words,
Mamba mentality means to be on a constant quest to try to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality is, right?
the Mamba mentality is about obsession. Obsession to becoming great at whatever it is we do. A relentless pursuit of excellence. And I can't wait to dive into the stories that made Kobe, Kobe. Just months after the Celtics defeated the Lakers in the NBA Finals 2008, Kobe and LeBron teamed up on Team USA for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. And in their gold medal game against Spain featuring Kobe's teammate Pau, James recalled in amazement at the moment. Just a few possessions into the game, Kobe ran straight through Gasol, putting him on the hardwood. LeBron said his reaction at the time was along the lines of, "Oh wow, you're going to have to play with this guy next season." That's when the Lakers director of sports performance, Dr. Judy Seto, chimed in to explain the over-the-top contact from Kobe was all calculated. Seto, who traveled with Kobe to the Olympics as his physical therapist and worked in a similar capacity for the Lakers back then, explained how LA, after their finals loss to the Boston Celtics, Gasol was labeled soft because of mediocre play with the title on the line. By mowing down Gasol, Kobe wasn't just trying to get in Gasol's head for the medal game. He was planting the seed for Gasol to obsess over what he needed to improve on for the upcoming season so that LA could win it all, which they did. To bring the point home further, Bryant hung his gold medal in Gasol's locker at the start of training camp the following fall.
One of my favorite ones, Pau hates it every time I tell this story. He hates it. But we lost to the Celtics in 08. And it was a physical series. I mean, they beat the crap out of us.
Yeah.
And so we go into the Olympic year, that year. We wound up playing Spain for the gold medal match. And we beat them. And so now we come back to start training camp. And Pau shows up the first day of training camp. I had my gold medal hanging in his locker.
Oh no.
And he, I mean, like the one thing that he truly, truly loves is his country.
Of course.
That is like everything to him. So it just drove him crazy. I said, Pau, listen. He said, you're an asshole. I said, listen, Pau, you lost to the Celtics. You lost to us in the gold medal match. Let's not make this 3 in a row this year.
Wow.
Okay?
That is
Let's win this
brilliant.
thing. And that was it.
I've always loved this story, because in Kobe's pursuit of excellence, he exuded such an aura that made everyone around him want to be better. Plain and simple. And even in retirement, being a full-time dad and businessman, his Mamba mentality just showed. Wherever his focus went, he left nothing in the tank and put everything on the floor. At all hours of the night, Kobe was texting and listening to the latest returns from one of the companies he invested in. He put in hours like he did on the basketball court. The same wiring that made him push his game to the limits had him focused on the boardrooms when the rest of the world was sleeping. In Kobe's words, "We are obsessive. We wouldn't want to be doing anything other than what we are doing." That's where obsession comes in, when you care about something 24 hours a day. And it's more than that. Kobe's brain could only process being number one in the space, and he already had a year for when he hoped Body Armor, a company he invested in, tops the sports drink giants. And when Mike Rapole, the founder and chairman of Body Armor, told him from the start that only 1 out of 100 brands make it and that they only had 1% chance, Kobe responded, "When I was a kid, I had plenty of people telling me what the odds were for me to make the NBA. Worse than these." What was sick about it was that somehow that made him more excited. And there was this time when Kobe reached out to Chris Sacca because he was interested in startup stuff and investing, which Chris found weird as to why reach out to him because he's a football and hockey kind of guy and couldn't care less about the NBA. So Chris dropped him a truth bomb saying he sees a lot of celebrities as tourists who come into this industry thinking they could just cherry pick a few things and tweet about it and think it's going to work out. So Chris told Kobe that if you really are serious about this, prove it to me. He sent him a bunch of stuff to read, TED Talks and other videos for him to watch, and that if Kobe does his homework, then Chris will talk to him about investing. And by the way, this is Chris's way of letting Kobe down easy. But what happened next, you gotta hear it from the man himself.
So, sure enough, for the next few months, my phone never stops buzzing in the middle of the night. It is Kobe reading this article, checking out this tweet, following this guy, diving into this TED Talk, diving into the Y Combinator demo day stuff. And I'm getting these texts at like literally 2 or 3 in the morning. And my wife is like, "Are you having an affair with Kobe Bryant?" Like, what is happening?
Honestly, I'm out of words. His drive was insanely different. And on to my favorite story of Kobe being Kobe. We go back to way before the term Black Mamba was coined into existence. I mean, it was already there, it just wasn't named yet. So in the fall of 1996, John Celestin and his roommate at Villanova, Howard Brown, shared a good laugh after a skinny, bald-headed high school kid who was a star at the school around the corner sat in their locker room and told them he wouldn't come to Villanova. The cocky kid told them he would just skip college altogether and instead just go straight to the NBA. They laughed that night, taking turns asking each other, "Who does this kid think he is? What is he smoking?" They even tuned in the television to laugh at the kid as he gave a lackluster performance in the McDonald's All-American game later that winter. That kid was of course none other than Kobe Bryant. But one thing was for sure. Kobe Bryant believed he was Superman. He believed he could accomplish anything. This is the basic belief of many successful professional athletes. The great ones, however, seem to have a deeper and profound belief in themselves. A belief that can propel them to higher elevations that the other surrounding believers can never reach. John Celestin would later on join the kid on the Lakers in 1999 when he was drafted as the 30th overall pick by the organization. By then, he had already followed Kobe on television for 3 years prior to joining the team. But the TV could not illustrate how Kobe made himself. Only viewing him in person could a person get an accurate gauge. There was a reason for his greatness. There was a reason for his cockiness. Kobe prepared, he worked, he prepared, and he worked again. The first time John began to understand why Kobe was the best was in the preseason. In a game against the Wizards, Kobe broke the wrist on his shooting hand. Kobe was always the first person to practice every day, arriving at least an hour and a half early. This would infuriate John because he wanted to be the first person to practice, just as he always was at Villanova and Piscataway High in New Jersey. So John was really excited the day after Kobe's injury because he knew that there was no way that number 8 would be the first to practice if he would even be there at all. Yet as he walked through the training room, he became stricken with fear when he heard a ball bouncing. Kobe was already in a full sweat with a cast on his right arm, and dribbling and shooting with his left. Now that is the most Kobe story ever. You are always an inspiration to everyone for setting the benchmark on excellence. And even across the world, you inspired millions not only to pick up a basketball, but put the Mamba mentality in their passion. You will be missed. Rest in peace, Kobe Bean, and Gigi, and the others who lost their lives that day.
What can I say? Mamba out.